Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to Thursday morning's live stroll with Azra. Here she is. Now I'm trialling a chest mount this morning, so it'd be interesting to know what people think. But just frees my other hand up for whatever needs to be done, rather than putting the phone down and everything else. When you go to the loo and stuff like that, so be interested to know what people think. So in regards to, hi to everyone saying hi this morning already, thanks for that. That is another thing I might have to be aware of, is comments coming through, because I can't always see it now because it's sort of quite lower down. So bear with me on that, guys. So first thing this morning, weather forecast, 3 degrees, a little bit chilly, nothing major, but yeah, to be aware of. No wind, no rain, so that's positive. We're going to be going for the longer walk this morning. Azra's going to the loo already, so we'll get her sorted out first of all. Okay, so that was all very painless. Bag prepared, cleared up. You didn't even know. Anyway, so what's everybody up to today? Is it a normal work day, leisure day, nothing day? Are you on holiday? Are you going on holiday? Been a very good day, or week should I say, sorry, for the channel this week. Again, we're easily, come on Azra, look at this dog, come on, good girl. Easily on target for our average subscriber count again this week. As I said to you before, my average I like to be pushing for is 10 a week, and it's easily more than that most weeks. It's okay, so that's good. Someone's let me know about the chest mount, that's good. It makes me look like a bit of a robot when I'm walking. Obviously not so bad at this time of day, but during the day on a Sunday, and when the light gets better, we'll wait and see the looks I get from people. But who cares? So we won't see our lovely still lit Christmas tree house at this time of day. If we come back this way and they're still on, we'll definitely see it. Trying to work out what's banging. Something's banging. Go on. Anyway, so yesterday was hump day of the week, if it's a Monday to Friday job you do, and we must have all survived it because we're here. James had football training last night, and Liverpool actually played like Liverpool can, against a lesser team, I grant you, but they won 6-0 last night, so it's actually quite stress-free last night watching them play football. In fact, so much so, obviously I was paying attention to it, but if my lovely Julia was talking to me, I could actually listen to her rather than concentrate on what was going on because we were so in control. Makes a change. So I'm trying to stick to the path this morning, guys. I haven't done my exercises this morning because I do my exercises Monday, Wednesday, Friday now, as told by the physio. But I mean, a bit of it being a bit achy last night, and it's woken up a bit achy this morning. It didn't really hurt. It's just more of an ache. And I've no idea, really, why that would be, to be honest. Go on. It is nice, guys, having a free arm. Come on, Azra. Lead on. Come on. People tune in to watch you, not me. Yeah, well, we know the Christmas tree lights are still on because we can see the light in the window there. That is the thing as well, guys. With the chest mount, I have to turn my whole body if I'm trying to show you something to my left or right, don't I? I need to forget that. Anyway, you get the gist of it, you've seen it enough. If we come back this way, I'll show you it. Only if we come back this way though. Go on, Azra, lead on. Back onto the pavement. Come on, this way. So as I say, we're going to be doing the longer stroll this morning, which will take us right to the end of this road. Up and round, back onto the high street. And of course we have started a bit early this morning, so I will be home earlier. Woke up about 4 this morning, but didn't actually get up. But I did get up about 20 to 5 in the end. And it just gives you a little bit more flexibility, but I don't necessarily. Yeah, someone just made a comment about the clicking noise. I am trying to work it out where it's coming from. I did mention this earlier on. I don't know where it's from. I think maybe I've worked it out. I think it's the hoodie metal. Right, go on, just keep going. Right, there we go. And I think that should have made a big difference. Because I can't hear it anymore. And what that was on my hoodie, I've got metal sort of ends. Go on, Azra. And they were knocking, and I couldn't see it, and I wondered whether people could hear it, which clearly they can. So, good. Another little teething problem solved. Go on, Azra. No. Come on. Lead on. Come on. She's had a very lethargic week this week, is Azra. Is she not liking the cold? I don't know. We'll walk in the road then, shall we? Flat for both of us. Come on, lead on. Here she is. Azra. The next thing I can try, guys, is having the phone landscape as opposed to be portrait, because you might see a bit more, but you don't always get as many views that way, and I don't know whether it's just how people watch these more than often than not on a phone, maybe. Lead on, Azra. But you definitely don't get as many views, so come on, Azra. This is how she's been, guys, all week. Labouring behind. Come on. You'd think she was an old lady. I certainly wouldn't be bringing her out on these long strolls if she was. She's not even 5. I just wonder whether it's the cold. Come on. Go on. You going again? You are. You stink. Right, Azra. There we go. Sorry if I made anyone dizzy then. Problem is with lights is that we've got a car coming. Is that there's nowhere on the phone to necessarily connect one, because you need power for lights 9 times out of 10, and the bottom port is covered. So with my DJI, I've actually got a magnetic one, and I could see if that would work on it, but it's the only thing I could possibly try with that. The world appears to be waking up. Had a car just go by one way, and I've got another one coming behind me. Anyway, guys, we've got this light scenario. Unfortunately, it will start getting lighter in the mornings. I've noticed it's starting to get lighter at night when I'm leaving work. It's staying light longer. So it will start turning round, but officially the clocks change. I think the end of March, isn't it? I believe it's the Sunday we go away, and a surprise holiday. In fact, I know it does, because I said to Julie we'll get even less sleep that night. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. Do like and subscribe. We are trialling this morning the new chest mount, which just gives me a little bit more flexibility with my hands. People have said it's okay, so hopefully it is. Obviously the light I can't really control, other than I've actually got 4 lights going. One on my hat, 2 on my jacket, 1 on Azra. Sunday mornings are the best for a daylight stroll. And sometimes we go out on a Saturday afternoon, but not very often. I will give you a quick leg update. Generally, it feels miles better. But as I said earlier on, I've woken up, I went to bed last night with it aching a bit. Not as much as it did on Monday night. That was horrendous. Couldn't get comfortable at all. And then it's woken up this morning with a bit of an ache as well, so it is one of those that comes and goes, but there's no rule to it. I mean, last night, for example, I was watching the football, so it wasn't as if I was being flying around at all. I could have understood it, perhaps, if I had been. And then sometimes when you think, oh God, I've overdone it, it's absolutely fine. But I know about it still, guys. When I put it under load, like going up that hill, for example, or I have to carry stuff up the stairs, anything like that. Boy, oh boy, do I know about it. So clearly it's nowhere near right, but it's better than it was, by far. Go on, Azra, lead on. As I said before, people tune in to watch you, not listen to me. Is that true, Azra? You're sulking because I didn't let you eat the cat food. She goes upstairs to see little Ralphie and Julia every morning before we go out, whilst I just prepare my jacket potato and what have you. And this morning I heard her having a rummage upstairs, and I went straight up there, caught her in the act. She was trying to go down the bin, or a bin bag, should I say, and I took it away. So maybe she is sulking, but she's been funny all week, to be honest with you guys. Come on. Azra, lead on. Come on. She always gets a bit funny from here because of all the birds moving around. Come on. Good girl. We'll be back on the high road in a bit. I love birdsong, guys. I find it very therapeutic. And it's at this time of year where they start waking up. I don't know if that's coming out or not, but it's lovely. I find that as therapeutic as listening to the rain before bed sometimes. Okay, so you can see as we come round this corner that we will normally be at the high road. If you've been with me before, you'll know this. You'll know where we are anyway. We've got a car coming, so we've got to keep in. The only thing about this road, no pavement. And it's our micro friend. We see him every morning. He's getting told off to slow down. But this is a good circle of the village. And by the time I get home, go on Azra, keep going, leave it. It's just over 2 miles we've done, which I would never have dreamt of even 2 weeks ago. It's 2 weeks today, believe it or not, guys. I started at the physio. Sorry. Yeah, 2 weeks today since I started at the physio. And the exercises that he's given me have just given the legs so much more agility and flexibility. The muscle is still not great, and I've said all of that already, so I'm not going to go over it again. But the thing that really annoyed me was when I love doing these strolls. I do it as a hobby. I'm out anyway with her, but not being able to do it, or only being able to do a mile and then having to sit down and all that stuff, it's just soul destroying. I was doing these sorts of strolls every single day before Disney. Anyway, we are back. I think it's been a fairly quiet morning this morning for viewing. I did see it went up all to about 20 something for a time. So I can't always see everything that's going on now. We've got on the chest mount, so I apologise if I miss any comments or anything. Periodically I will stop and have a look. Looking that way whilst Azra's doing a wee. It's going out towards Royston and London. And now we're heading back into the village, where you will see a bit more of Azra because she's on the pavement now and it's a bit more narrow. Still feels quite fresh, guys. We've now done just over a mile, so we are over our halfway point. What's the time? 25 to. Coming up, so easily be home before 6. Easily. So a lot better this morning. I just like, whatever I do, whether I leave at my normal time or otherwise, I like being home by 6. It just gives me an hour just to completely chill. All right, lead on. It's actually an hour and a half because I don't leave till about 7:30, but the last half an hour seems very manic, making sure people are getting up. Azra, come on. She gets a lot of flexibility with her long lead, guys. Obviously that does mean I have to have my wits about me with cars and other things that might make her go boo. Dogs, cats, squirrels, that sort of thing. But it's only happened once, to be honest with you, that I can think of recently, where the lead has caught us out, and it wasn't even me it caught out, it was the lovely Julia. If it doesn't always lock properly, it can catch you out, but I always keep my hand, if I know there's a dog or a car, I always keep my thumb on the trigger to lock it physically with my thumb, so there's no chance of that happening. Anyway. She is not a bad dog, so from that point of view we are very lucky. And we've got a few more people watching now, so welcome. Do make sure you like and subscribe. And where's everyone watching from this morning? What time is it where you are? And that was a deer. I don't know if that came out, guys, that was a deer. Come on, leave it. Very unusual to see him on the high street. indeed. But that's what I mean about giving her the old flexibility on the long lead. Yeah, for a second she had me on the defence, but it wasn't for long. It just shows she can wake up when she wants to do lead on, Azra. This lead is better, I think, really, over the fields. I'd like to let her off more, but her recall still isn't brilliant. She'd have so much more freedom, especially on the Sunday morning strolls, I tell you. But again, if she saw something like that, she'd be off. And that's what always worries me a little bit. She has now an apple tag. Come on, Azra, mind where you're walking and you wouldn't trip down the pavement. She has an apple tag on now, but of course they're only as good as the ping that pings them. Another car coming, so we've just got to tighten up the lead. Come on. Again, if you've been with me before for the medium strolls, it is up there that we come from. And we could go back that way, but it's just nice to sort of vary it. I don't know if I'm going to go past the Christmas lighthouse this morning, to be fair. We've seen it enough, we know it's still on. I'll see. Thanks for the like. So on Sunday, we are going to be going to the Dolphin. Now, I'll point that out to you because we're walking past it in a minute. We've not had a roast in there yet since it's been reopened in October last year. We've eaten in there 3 or 4 times now. We've not had a bad meal, so fingers crossed. New chef, new staff. Wait and see. And it's so much more nicer in there as well. The ambience, I think, is a lot better. They have done well with the building work they did. Prior, it was more of a bit of a run-down village pub that just needed a bit of love. Well, they've spent that money and it is a lot better. That's not to criticise the people that were there, because it is a franchise-run place. It's not private. And by that I mean I think it's a Green King. I think this pub. I think, and they obviously have a lot of influence as well. So, new landlord in there. It was shut for, I reckon, about 3 to 6 months maybe. But it was a big difference, and we're walking past it now actually. Can't really show you too much in there, guys, because of the light. But that's it inside down there. That's the restaurant all the way down to the other end. Azra's trying to go in. She actually used to go to her dog cafe and see her dog friends. Dog cafe has since stopped, although there is talk of it coming back there, so I've heard. But due to working commitments of both Julia and myself, unfortunately we won't be able to attend. Go on, Azra. Go on, lead on. Good girl. Not going to fib to you guys, my hip is really aching this morning. I did say my leg was aching before I went out, but by God, since I made the turn, really aching. We haven't seen Azra's bus friends this morning. However, we are seeing the dust cart, so that's going to be just as horrendous. I don't know where he's going this morning because it's not dustbin day. Maybe he's just going to the shops, or maybe he's been to the shops, I don't know. I'm quite surprised we haven't seen any of the buses yet, but maybe it's a tad early because we are a bit more earlier today. He's clearing rubbish around the corner. This could be quite noisy, guys, in a minute. Depends if he gets going. I'm not so sure because I can see where the rubbish man's gone. So they're not going to be that quick, I don't think. Azra hates anything like this big and noisy. And to be fair, we're not that much earlier, and I've never seen these before. So whether they're earlier today or later, I don't know. Because it's not moving, she might be alright. So when it overtakes us in a minute, if it does, that will have the problem. Go on, keep going. Noisy old truck, innit, Azra? Come on. I mean, 2 miles to sit down on the bench, which I haven't done for a few weeks now, but I'm not going to, I'm just going to keep going, get home. But it is aching this morning, I tell you. And now we've got the cart coming as well. We'll just let him go, otherwise it'll just be noise and nonsense from her. Come on, Azra, let's go. And it stunk as well. God, I'm pleased we haven't got smell-o-vision this morning, guys. That's horrendous. Come on. I did read this morning on Sky News that the US are talking about when they approve esters now, which includes people from the UK, that they're going to start asking people for social media and mobile numbers of people contacted for X amount of years. I think that's unreal. How can you possibly? No, not so much the social media, because anyone can look at that. But mobile numbers, that doesn't make sense to me as to what they're asking for and how much it wasn't very clear, and it's legislation they're trying to get through in America at the minute, but I say trying because it hasn't happened yet. But just take social media for a minute. Unfortunately, including myself, we all have a moan from time to time about world affairs. That's life. But is that not freedom of speech, which, to be fair, the Americans were very much telling us we needed to be more open with what we thought. And now, if you do it and you say the wrong thing, what are they going to do? Not give you a visa? I don't know. Listen, I understand they're not looking at the everyday layman. Far from it. We've got a dog coming on the other side as well. We're going to cross over quickly. And we've got cars coming from both ways, so that's not ideal. But it just, to me, I'll carry on this conversation in a minute when this dog's gone, because she'll kick off in a minute. Now, I wonder whether he's out looking at potholes. Because if he is, he's going up the side road, so maybe he's got a map of where they all are. Come on, Azra. Who knows? Anyway, just going back to what I was saying. I know that they're looking for the extremist and all that, but it's one of those very grey areas, isn't it? Because people should have an opinion, or be able to have an opinion. But you think to yourself, are you fearful of saying something now for fear of arriving in America and being told you can't come in? Obviously, people like myself have got nothing to worry about, but, you know, you do have an opinion. And it feels like all of a sudden, if you've got a very strong opinion, you can't say it. I don't know, it just all seems very Big Brother. And I get the mentality and the thought process behind it. There are, unfortunately, nasty people out there, but there's got to be other ways, for sure. Anyway, that's my 2 pence worth. And it's just something I read when I woke up this morning, quite early. We got up, I think, quite early this morning. That's the bin truck. Gonna probably get that stench again. To be honest, obviously it's all a bit vague, but it is a bit worrying. And also, if you are interested in Esther talk, I read something yesterday where people were having their visas cancelled because they'd used their passport photos. It clearly says on there, don't use your passport photos, so don't use your passport photo. End of. I don't know why people do these things or don't read it properly, to be honest. I will agree, I did get quite frustrated with when I had to do it for Julia and myself. In fact, Julia had to finish doing it because I was getting quite frustrated with it. But James's was a lot more straightforward. I think once you've done it quite recently, it's not too bad. And the only reason we had to do James's separately is because his passport was going to expire. Whilst the Esters were in place, which obviously you can't do, so yeah, that's why we had to do that. Because we're going to America, well, Julie and myself are going twice in the next year and a half. Is this another wee? Yeah, another wee. James is going once next July with us. And I'm very much a worrier, guys. You probably know that from when I've been talking before. And I like to make sure everything's done. Hence why the Esters are already done. They last for 2 years. But I never remember it being complicated. When we went to New York, I'm fairly sure it probably would have been, but I never remember it being complicated to do. Okay, so I think when we get to the end here, we're going to call it a day. We've gone a bit longer, and this is a byproduct of me being able to talk away and not have to worry about holding my phone. So I think it's worked out quite well this morning. So I hope you have a lovely Thursday, whatever you're up to. Enjoy your day. We will reconvene tomorrow, similar time. Have a good day, and I'll leave you with Azra.